I'm on the classic trail. It's nearly classic time at Newmarket for 2,000 and the 1,000 guineas. The 1,000 is the one we're going to look at very, very closely. I've come to see Charlie Hills, who's in his second full season as a trainer here, having taken over from Barry Hills. And he's got a very exciting filly called Just for Judge. She's going to the Guineas with no run under her belt this season. She's run 3 times. She won the Rockfell at last autumn at Newmarket pretty impressively. So 3 runs and she goes to Newmarket. The stable did that. Barry Hills did that a few years ago, 2009, with Guineas. She went straight to the Guineas and she won the 1,000 guineas. So Just for Judge, the horse we're going to have a look at. You can be the judge, jury, solicitor, everything you want it to be. We're going to go and judge for ourselves and see her going through her paces.
Stay here then, Kev, okay? Your mum. Around the paddock. Sun away.
We saw Just for Judge this morning. With the name Just for Judge, I'm going to be sort of jury and everything like that. About when she's going to Newmarket without a run. Was that sort of premeditated? Was that always the plan after she won last autumn?
I think so, really. Yeah, it was. But then, you know, saying that, you never really know what the winter's going to be like and how she's training. So you have to keep a slightly open mind to whether you're going to give her a run or not before.
But what's to be gained by doing that? By not having? Because you'd have thought by having having a race and that sort of a race under her belt is probably a good thing.
It can be, yeah, absolutely. But they're all different, and she's been very clean-winded in her work this year, and she's a very straightforward filly. She doesn't need much more experience, So, but she hasn't missed a day all winter, and we're pretty pleased that she's right where we wanted to be at this stage.
Really powerful-looking filly. I mean, she's almost sort of colt-like in her looks, isn't she?
She is she's quite masculine. She's got great hindquarters on her.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, you do certainly need that, and temperament as well. She's got a wonderful temperament, and just got to keep on top of her because she can get fresh. Everyone seems to be pretty pleased at this stage.
And has Jamie been down to ride her and for a few times over the last month or so?
Yeah, he has. He's been down a couple of times, and obviously he rode her in her gallop at Newmarket last week, which was just going through the motions really. He's been pretty pleased.
So did she do at Newmarket roughly what we saw her do this morning here, or was it more rigorous than
just a little bit more really? She went the night before just to really get her on a horse box and give her a change of scenery, really more than anything. Just gets a bit of fizz out of her, and it's done her the world of good mentally.
So everything has gone to plan so far, and you've done it before. I mean, when Guineas won the Guineas, she went there. She went straight. That was her first run of the season.
It was, yeah. It was. She's pretty much done similar to Guineas. Guineas had a racecourse gallop at the Craven meeting as well. So it's tried and tested.
And what have you thought of the trials so far? Anything that sort of kept you awake? And I mean, Henry Cecil's filly won the Nell Gwyn pretty well.
She won very well. Yeah, I mean, you had to be taken by her performance. But there's always going to be something coming out the trials. It's a championship race. You've got to take on the best. And that's hopefully what we want. And
the Rockfell, which she won, that's been quite a lucky race for you over the years, isn't it?
It has, yeah. I mean, Michael's saying he's won it a couple of times. And 2 fillies have gone on to win a Guineas. So, he said. He's ridden all the 3 starts at Michael Hills, and he said she gives him a pretty good field.
Well, as good as way up there with a lot of the other top ones.
That's what he says, yeah.
Well, he's not. He's quite a good judge, isn't he?
He's not bad, I suppose. He's got plenty of experience anyway.
So it's all systems go, really. I mean, the ground is usually pretty decent at Newmarket, isn't it? Unless we get another deluge or something. Well, on very soft ground, how would she?
I think she'd be okay, but it's never too bad at Newmarket. It can dry up, unless it rains on the day. It can dry pretty quickly there.
Yeah, so really you've got no chinks in her armour, really. I mean, experience, you're happy with that?
I'm happy with experience, yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, she's good enough. She's going to stay well. She's got plenty of stamina on her damn side. You know, hopefully at some stage during the year we'll be stepping her up in trip. But we'll take each race as it comes.
When you're watching, I'm just here, I'm always very interested to see, because I just see, you know, lovely horses galloping well, but you obviously know their character. What do you look for in the morning?
Just how they're moving, and you know, if they just look like they want to do a bit more than what they're doing, and if they're taking their work well, if you need to back off them. These are a bunch of 2-year-olds which are going up sides. They haven't been up sides too much you know, during the spring because of the way the weather's been, and just see how they react, really.
Was this something you were always going to do? It seems to me you had no alternative in the career if you wanted to go and be an engine driver or something. But it was always going to be this, and this is obviously what you wanted to do.
I suppose so. It's sort of born into you, you know. It's such a way.
Sometimes you can, you know, some people react against this thing. Well, that's the last thing in the world I'm going to do.
Sure, it's a way of life, and you know, you live with it, and you wake up in the morning, you see 100 horses, and it can give you some good days. Obviously a lot of disappointments, you meet some great people, and it's a great industry to be in.
I suppose it's a difficult thing for you in a way, because you've learnt from the best from a master trainer, so you're sort of judged on that, on his past performances in a way, because it's sort of, I was saying, you're taking over a big company, a big business.
Yeah, I try not to think about it too much.
No, obviously not, but I'm just making you think about it. But that's the way of the world, though, isn't it?
It is, you know, and I'm just very fortunate to take over some wonderful owners that have supported us for so many years, and, you know, very fortunate, really.
Absolutely. So everything's going well.
Not too bad.
No.
You always say you could go better.
And just going back to just to judge this morning, it must be very exciting. I mean, I know you're sort of understated by it, but I'd be absolutely I'd be thrilled. So excited to have a horse that has a really realistic chance of winning a classic.
Yeah, absolutely. But
and I know what you're going to say, because having spent a whole lifetime in the game with your as a trainer and working with your father, but you can never take anything for granted.
No, you can't. No, you've got to put a top on it, really, and be realistic. You're running in a big championship race, and it can happen. But it's a big day on next Sunday. But it's a long season. And we'll just take each race as it comes and make sure the filly's well, and we'll just look after it.
It's been great seeing Just the Judge at close quarters, and she was so relaxed when she was cantering this morning, covering plenty of ground. She really looks good. So far, so good for Just the Judge. And there's a general air of confidence, cautious optimism in the stable, real excitement. But the real judgment day for Just the Judge comes on the Rowley Mile on Sunday, May the 5th.